Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 8, Episode 3. It's called The Snow White and the 7 Chores. So hopefully everyone got a chance to watch it. And you can leave me your comments if you're on the replay, and leave me your comments live if you're here joining me. I would really appreciate it because you know what? Last night's, Sunday's episode, or if you streamed it Monday, listen, I have a problem already with Ed and Liz. More Ed. Jasmine and Gino. Also, Nicole and Mahmoud. Even though I'm here for Nicole and Mahmoud, I want to see how this is going to play out. And I'm also not feeling Emily's mom. Sorry, I'm just not feeling her. So, but anyways, hopefully, like I said, you got a chance to watch it. And also, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Everyone in the live and the replay, please don't forget to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And like I said, go ahead and leave me your comments so I know what you thought about this episode. If you saw it on the replay, if you're here live, go ahead and go with the comments. I'm going to drop the link in just a moment, and I appreciate everybody's time. And hello, ma'am. Hello, Tamika. Hey, girl. Hey, yes. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share the video too for other people who are watching the 90 Day Universe. Because, listen, before I jump into this video, why is, even though I'm not doing the reviews on it anymore, why is the 90 Day The Single Life on Tell All Part 4 for next week? I'm like, Part 4? When has a tell-all ever been 4 parts? And on top of that, the 90 Day Single Life isn't that interesting to have not just a 4-part tell-all, but not even really 2. But that's just me. But when I watched the replay of it actually today, it looks like they're stretching the tell-all for the 90 Day The Single Life because 90 Day Love in Paradise is coming up April 22nd. And I'm like, it's always a 90-day franchise going on. Matter of fact, when I was on Instagram today, I saw on the 90-day, because I was looking for a video that I'm going to share later at the end of this video. It's the blue check mark verified. They're looking for they're looking for casting. They didn't say where for the upcoming season of 90 Days. So they're already promoting on IG, and I'm like, as many people that have been on this franchise, regardless of which one, I don't think they'll have a problem. So, okay. Anyway, so let me see who's in the chat already. And if you'd like to say if you're on the replay, that's fine too. And if you're live in the bushes, hello and welcome. So we have Miss Tamika. Hey, girl. Hey, and hello to Sharon. Yes, ma'am. Hello. And Tamika, you say you can't believe it's 4 part. Okay. And that's just from what we see, because normally the tell-alls usually go up until the new season starts for the 90 Day franchise. It might be longer than that because the 22nd is still what, 3 weeks away? So who knows? They may have a part 6, 7 tell-all. I'm like, it's not even that. I mean, what really happened? Nothing that interesting happened except for Tyree and his friend. And I did message you, Tyree, if you saw it on Instagram. Let me know. I know it's got to play out on the tell-all. Whereas let me know if you're still with Miss Shannon. Okay. All right. So I'm actually going to drop the link so we get started and go from there. Okay. So hopefully everyone got a chance to watch. And if you didn't watch it and you're just here for the review, I appreciate that too. Thank you so much. I really, truly do. All right. So on last night's episode, it was Kobe and Emily, or Sunday's episode, excuse me. Kobe and Emily, Gino, Jasmine, Nicole and Mahmoud, Sophie and Rob, Big Ed and Liz. So we're going to start real quick with the fastest scenes to me that was really just like a continuation. And that was, we're going to pick up with Jasmine and Gino first. So Jasmine still can't believe that Gino, with the K-1 visa paperwork, he did the paperwork, but left off her kids' names. So in order for the kids to even come over to the United States, they would to hire a lawyer, which is additional $5,000. I mean, to me, that's the start. The lawyers are going to find something with like, oh, the paperwork takes a little longer. It's an extra $150 for this. That lawyers be nickel and diming you too. Okay. So I see you backstage. And she's just really upset. And I'm like, I don't think Gino did it on purpose. I think Gino's mindset was to get you, Jasmine, to the States. I mean, we know how hard you pushed to get here. He couldn't get you here fast enough, so he did the DIY of documents, which anybody can go to legal aid or wherever the courthouse to get documents and do it yourself. They do recommend you, taking it to a lawyer to look over it if you have the cash, but say, hey, it's 50-50. Some people have the cash, some people don't. And Gino has been playing broke for a while. So I don't know what is in Jasmine's mind to think that, every time she turn around, it's like 4,000 here, 5,000 here, 10,000 here. I mean, he don't have it like that. And most people don't. With this economy or not, most people don't have it like that, just to splurge just for whatever it is that she wants. I mean, look at Jasmine, look at her transformation. How many thousands of dollars is she wearing cosmetically, right? But anyways, like I said, she's still upset. She just can't believe that Gino has ruined her life, and they need a lawyer immediately. And if she had known that these kids were on the paperwork, she would have never come to United States, Gino, because you ruined my life. How could you do this to me, Gino? Okay. Anyways, you ready backstage? Okay. Had to give you my Jasmine real quick. I'm like, that to me went in one ear and out the other. Because I'm like, Gino, the way he was sitting in that coffee shop was like, okay, I've heard this before.
Yeah, right? She has ruined his life. He has ruined her life every episode.
Every episode, every season.
Yeah. Yep, every episode. And she's going back to Panama every episode. She should have never left.
She should have never left. And she should have, before she came, since, in my opinion, she was, okay, maybe this is not the right word, but she was greedy to come to the States. She's been pushing it, even for years, right? I'm not going to say she didn't care her kids were coming. She just knew in her heart eventually they would be coming, but there's a process. Not just the kids, the sisters, the mama, everybody on her side of the family was coming. But what she didn't count on was the whole process. Like, if you put down Jasmine, whatever last name is, right? She thought that included everybody. It don't work like that, right? Just like if you go get a passport, is you individually, driver's license, whatever, is you. You know what I'm saying? So she thought Gino had, well, to me, she's putting too much on Gino. I think that she thought that when she was here, it was an easy process to just bring everybody over, and it's not.
Right.
Right. Excuse me real quick. And on top of that, she should have, and I'm not going to call her not a real mother because she's a mother and she does seem like she loves her children. But if she wanted her kids to come, she should have made sure that they could come when I came. I'm not leaving my kids behind, especially one with special needs. And they're on the younger side, right? The one that doesn't have special needs seems like he's attached to his mom. And the one we don't know about the other one, he's not on camera. But if it was me, I would have made sure we all coming over, right? And if they couldn't come with me, I would have made sure the steps were, ready to go. But she was just, like I said, I don't know another word, just too greedy for me. Just like, oh, I'm coming to America and, y'all can come like maybe a month after I get there. I don't know what she was thinking. Go ahead if you have a comment.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So my opinion, she shares the blame as much as Gino. Gino should have asked and he didn't. Hey, Devontae. And but she should have been looking like, okay, what is the steps that needs to be taken so that she makes sure that because Gino is not the brightest crayon in the box. So he should have made sure. And then as a mom, you just don't leave your kids.
Thank you, Phil Foster Dogma. Gino, we can all do it by now.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, she did an excellent job. Excellent on the impression, definitely. But yeah, so it's her fault as well. And if you need $5,000, stop putting plastic in your body and do it your dang self. Get your own kids over there.
And that was $5,000 to start the process.
Right. That's a retainer. That's for him to get out the bed and put it and print up some papers.
Correct.
What if there's an issue? Does the kids have passports? Do they have, because they're going to need passports to get over here. They're going to need this to get over here. Are they going to be able to travel alone from one country to another? Do they need, because they're unaccompanied minors. They're minors.
Right.
So
and
it's so much.
I'm sorry, excuse me real quick. Who's to say that the dad, assuming they have the same father, will let them travel like that? Especially, we don't even know the extent of the special needs that the other son has. So what's the guarantee the other son will be able to come? You know what I mean? So it's a lot to go into that.
Right. And then you take, depending on what it is, when you take them out of one environment to a new environment, that just messes up the whole everything.
Right. She don't think, no, Sharon, and wasn't he paying for in Panama? Yes, he was, but only for a month. I mean, that's what in the high rise for a month. I'm sure he was giving her money through the whole time. I mean, she act like she can't live without Gino when she had a job, right? And you also say Gino did what he could. What did you do for yourself, Jasmine? Sharon, Jasmine was doing anything she can, in my opinion, with whoever could get her here.
Yep. And then all the videos that she doing on Instagram, is she doing all those like the content videos to get her kids over here? Is she trying to raise that $5,000?
That's all going to her.
Yeah, definitely going to them cheeks. And never mind.
You have anything you have anything to add to that or no?
I mean, I'm with y'all. Like I mean, I've been there. I already knew what was up. Everybody wanted to feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for her. So you left your children.
Yep.
You should have reviewed the paperwork. Gino, did you include my kids? That's all you had to ask. So my kids are okay to come over here.
She weren't thinking like that. Like I said, in my opinion, she was. The goal, the intent was to come over. Period. Yep. And then everybody else was going to follow. That was her intent. She can't even convince me otherwise. That's what it was.
She ain't put being a mother first, like you don't never do. That's why we'll never see you with your kids. Your family already used to having your kids because you ain't never there. Because if it ain't for you trying to get what you getting your body right there, your body done and all that, if you more focused on your kids with special needs, you wouldn't even have time for all that stuff.
Right.
You lost your job being a teacher. Okay, now what you gonna do? You just gonna be basically an escort or whatever you want to be?
And here's my thing real quick. She taught English, right? So once they don't know English?
All right, you can't even speak no English for real, so you're a lie. I don't know. Who you was teaching it to? YouTubers? Come on, man. Come on. You know Gino, what, like we said, he ain't the brightest crayon in the box. You let him handle the paperwork, Mike Wazowski.
She should have had Dane look it over. I bet Dane know what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Dane ain't been paying. Dane ain't want to bring you to America. You talking so much about Dane. Why he ain't bring you over here?
Well, he's not from America. I think he's from like Australia or whatever, but I bet he would know what to do.
He ain't bring it to Australia either.
He got Jasmine just for what she was good for.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's move on to Big Ed and Liz. Oh, and if I jump up real quick, the postman is supposed to be delivering a package, and normally the postman deliver over here around noonish. So if I jump up, go to
it's the door, a little late.
It's a lot late. If I jump, because you know, Pirates, even though I have the ring on my phone, if I jump up real quick, that's what it is. Okay, so Big Ed and Liz. I mean, nothing really to talk about here. I gave Big Ed a huge side eye. I was like, you have your nerve. So what's her name? Liz and her daughter Riley are making a breakfast pizza from scratch. So I'm like, okay, cool, cooking from scratch. All right, because I just don't know how to cook, right? So, he's like, the little girl's like making the recipe, and Liz is happy because her mom and her grandmother's coming to help her pick out a wedding dress and everything. So Ed comes in the kitchen and already starts to delegate, talk about, oh, you don't make a mess with flour and all this other stuff. Little girl's face dropped so hard, didn't it? Because she was so upset the way he was talking. in general and then start talking to her mother. And I'm like, even
Mm-hmm.
if you know how to cook or don't, or a kid, Flour makes a mess. Period. Flour has a mind of his own, right? Whether you're
Mm-hmm.
cooking chicken, fish, whatever, right? Why he had to come in there and like ruin the mood? Did you notice the little girl's face?
Yeah.
And Liz don't have custody of her daughter. She has her sometimes. So the daughter was just there for the summer. And I'm like, once again, you supposed to be going from uncle to stepdad, but they can't even do a nice fun activity without you like, oh, don't make a mess and make sure you clean. They ain't even got started yet. I said, what is your problem? Go sit down somewhere and wait to eat. You know, what y'all think about Ed and what he was trying to do in the kitchen and the way the little girl was looking? She was like, well, maybe, what she say? She said something like, we could clean up afterward.
After. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just why?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say is just why? Why? He can't even barely touch the top of the counter.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out why she doing all this for him. Like,
Exactly.
is your
It's like
self-esteem that low?
Yes.
clearly.
Like, cause what do you see in him? How many times this man have been married?
It's his second, her third.
Her third.
Oh, that might be a match made in heaven because neither one of y'all take this serious.
No, real quick. Let me read this comment and say something. SG says, Ed is like my dad, an atmosphere adjuster. That's a good way to put it. Atmosphere adjuster.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm trying to remember that.
Yeah.
But Liz, she's been married 3 times, so this would make her fourth.
Oh, her fourth. Okay.
Liz is
3
30,
times.
33, 34. That's it. Ed is 50, almost 60.
So they so they each other twin then. In different ways.
I would think see, to me, Ed gets a little bit more leeway on the marriage thing. Liz is 34 going into her 4th marriage. There's, you know what I'm saying? Devonta, you're not that much older. You be 31 this year? 31 this year?
Yeah, I'll be 31 this year, yeah.
So that means by now you've been on your 3rd marriage, going into your 4th.
Sick.
You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. When he's like 60 and you're 30, you already had more marriages than a 60-year-old. You know what I mean? So what's that say about Liz when it comes to she's in love and marriage and all this other stuff?
She ain't in love.
I just don't understand how these people be in love with people who have like absolutely zero relationship with their children. How can you be possibly fully and deep in love with this person? This man don't have no real relationship with your child. Like you can't. The girl can't even make breakfast pizza. The whole point of making food together, it get messy. You have fun.
Messy, yeah.
Ha 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 he he. It don't matter.
It's not a big deal, right?
You act like y'all got roaches.
I don't know what he acted like, but I was just like that really is an atmosphere.
Like an old man, like a man that know he know that get that she ain't. Do Liz got custody? She only get it for the summer.
Summers and occasionally, probably like other summers or whatever.
Already a super red flag.
But the point is, for me, that goes to show that Ed, he might be micromanaging, yes, but that goes to show he's not into little kids, young kids.
Yeah, because he,
you know what I'm saying? Little kids make messes, but cooking is making a mess, even if you're not little, you know?
Right.
So
yeah, I feel like that's what same thing with Gino, and I feel like they like one and the same. They acted like they wanted accept these kids, but you really just want the mom, and you just trying to figure out if the mom gonna be stupid enough to just abandon their kids because you ain't gonna say nothing if they do, and then if things go wrong, you abandon your kids anyway.
So it right back at them.
Yeah, so I ain't adding up to me.
Right. Well, Liz finally does go to her mom and her grandma. And this is no shade to her mother. No shade to her mom. And I also heard this on Pillow Talk. Is her mom and Ed like the same height? Because truth be told, her mom and Ed look like the better couple. And I'm not being funny. I'm being for real. They look like, I'm like, oh, that looks like a couple right there.
Right.
I look like her parents was going to have a serious discussion. Like, we need to talk about your daughter. She's on 3rd marriage, 4th marriage.
Right. Well, mom's going to get to it next week. So, but I mean, the first wedding dress, since we're talking about real quick. I thought the first wedding dress was nice, but a barn wedding, I don't know what you were wearing. I guess it depends on your taste, but I mean, the one she picked was nice, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
for
the
her.
barn wedding is like a boho type.
Yeah.
And the first one was pretty, but it was just too long. Now, you know, I'm a wedding dress connoisseur where I can say like, that ain't it. Yes, that's it. When she came out in that second one, I'm like, oh yeah, that's it.
You like that one? Okay.
I love that second one, but it's not good for that type of in a barn.
It wasn't ugly. I'm just saying it didn't give
No,
me.
yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why she was in a wedding dress shop. You've been married 3 times. You got a nice selection.
You're not supposed to wear your stuff over again. Like, why would you?
And her case, she don't take it serious. Them marriages probably ain't last long. Them dresses, that dress probably ain't got no sweat on it.
I guess.
Probably brand new.
She could have did something different. She could have like maybe made it shorter, you know, put a slit in it and
Right. Why are you wasting money? Y'all just said y'all ain't got no money, but you in the wedding dress the wedding store. That don't make no sense. You either you ain't got no money or you got money.
and she dropped $900 on it.
I thought that was cheap though for a wedding dress.
I thought that was very cheap.
I mean,
You
that's
know,
cheap,
now
but you said you had no money.
alterations might be a little bit much, but unless, you know, she don't need it altered. But I thought that was a steal.
I did too.
Because that dress was beautiful.
She got a good deal on that, yeah. But you know, at the end of the episode, no, in the middle of the episode, Liz did say that they've come a long way and they've gone to couples therapy, which seems to be helping. But we'll watch that.
I mean, couple therapies Ed been on since he been on TV.
Not helping.
Not just with her or individual, because with her, they've been on the show with couples therapy, but that's a whole nother topic.
It ain't working.
Let's move to Sophie and Rob. My whole picture about the toilet tissue.
Oh Lord.
So we're gonna start from the beginning. So Sophie said that she moved out the apartment 2 months ago, and then the night before they were at some event and something happened. I was hoping production was gonna show us like clips of the event, like whatever went down, but it didn't. So Sophie gets to the apartment, and did anybody, I'm talking to everybody, figure out what that was on the side of the door? Because it took me watching the Pillow Talk to figure out what is that on the side of the door. I thought it was I said, what are they doing the airplane door in their place? I'm like, where are they at? Did you notice that on the side of the when she walked?
No. Now I'm gonna have to watch it again.
What's the airplane door?
A door off an airplane as decoration.
Oh.
But it wasn't. I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was a kayak. Someone on Pillow Talk was like, oh, it's a kayak canoe. I'm like, huh. So on the right where you walk into the door, where Sophie walks in, directly to the left is like orange and gray. There's a kayak standing straight up. I thought it was an airplane door. So I'm like, that wouldn't surprise me from Rob's apartment from LA. I figured he would just drag whatever he could for decoration. But
it's probably that airplane door that fell off that airplane.
Anyways, Sophie came in and there's a nice little note with a nice little, well, take it back. There's a nice little flower with a note, and Sophie comes in, and yes, it's a kayak Sharon. So Sophie comes in and she's like, oh, that's a nice little note. Well, she thought it was a nice little flower, and she's like, just like this. Hold on, let me get a little piece of my notepad from work. She was like, oh, so you want me to clean up after myself and put my makeup back? Please put the laundry in the bin. Please. I said, what? You went out your way. And then he was like, oh, but I stopped on the side of the road to get this flower for you. No.
That he stole off somebody's yard.
I don't care.
Went in Miss Rose's bushes.
Child, I said, first of all, is that supposed to make the note any better? You trying to tell me what it is I need to do like I'm a kid? True, she does need to pick up. If she's cluttering, she does need to pick up. True. But that's not what you haven't, your wife hasn't been there 2 months. You trying to make amends, and that's what you want her to read? That's why she's not there. One of the reasons. Right. So Sharon says, I don't get either one of them. Maybe it's my age. No, because Rob is immature. He's very immature. So then Sophie's like, oh, so what is this supposed to be? He's like, well, so we can get it back on the same page. I said, yeah, that worked out. Because when she was there last week, She kindly left after he started saying something. She's like, you know what? You're spiraling. I'll be back. And then I don't know how he got on the conversation of the toilet paper. I said, you know what?
Oh, controlling. Because she said he was controlling her.
Okay.
Right.
And I thought about y'all. Y'all popped up, everybody that's on live with me, popped up with me when I watched this. I almost messaged y'all Sunday, but I said, I know y'all don't watch it till the following day, so I let y'all watch it. I said, you know what? I bet you Rob don't even buy toilet tissue, because remember, he didn't even have a bathroom. It was a community shared toilet.
Mm-hmm.
I only buy one cheap roll at a time. Talking about
Right.
What?
You probably get it at the dollar store.
Even if you do get a dollar store, I mean, wherever your change take is where your change take you. But don't be. He's not. I don't think he's used to buying toilet paper. I think that's
right
because he never had his own.
I mean, if that's the problem, you need to go get that big roll that you get at the stadiums and stuff. That up to 1,000, 2,000, it's thin like paper. You'll poke your finger through it. He might need that.
But the point is, it's just like, so you're saying, well, you use too much toilet paper. First of all, don't. Somebody did that on one. Someone like had one piece of toilet paper. Was it? I think it was on Married at First. Bennett from Married at First Sight. Remember, he had one piece of toilet paper, but that was a long time ago. Don't count the toilet paper.
Yeah, don't count the ply. Yeah.
Is it marked 1, 2, 3, 4? And Sophie is correct. Women use a lot of toilet paper. It depends on what's going on. You can use a lot of toilet paper. So,
at the end of the day, you want to smell my butt, or you want me to use these? What I got to do? If it takes 600 wipes to get me to the point where I'm clean, hey, it is what it is.
I'm just like, is he counting the rice, the cereal? Like, is he that cheap? And I'm like, he is that cheap. This whole time talking about, oh, y'all are down on me. Remember when there's in LA, y'all are down on me because I don't have this. Clearly you can't get no toilet tissue or nothing else. And this is supposed to make her stay? Nah.
Mm-mm.
What's up with Rob besides him being immature? We know that. I mean, is it really that big of a deal? Phil Foster, hold on, Devontae, real quick, please. Mm-hmm. Phil Foster Dog Mom says, oh my God, am I not the only one? I measure how long a roll lasts because my TP is bamboo, it's not cheap. Probably. Do you measure toilet tissue, Tamika or Devontae?
No.
Bamboo. I'm trying to figure that out.
Maybe it's organic.
Mm-hmm.
SG
that's a brand.
We don't want dingleberries or Hershey hot. Why I read that out loud?
Exactly. I mean, it just seems like Rob only really upgrades when she just keep complaining. Then he like do what he should have been doing, and then he won't like kudos for it.
Yeah, but I just, he's too cheap for me. He already has an attitude. He already has the same immature mentality as her. Like he needs to grow up some. And then if you can't afford toilet tissue, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's happening here? What's really going on? I don't understand. I don't. So moving from LA to Austin didn't help you out none? I'm just asking.
Not at all.
Texas ain't cheap either.
I know it's not cheap, but I mean, toilet paper. Come on.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like they just be arguing about dumb stuff. I think they used to argue to make up. They kind of like probably like how what's the Hispanic and the black girl name?
Oh, we can get to them. Manuel and Ashley.
They're kind of like them in a sense. Like I don't know if they've been together longer or I don't know. It's just like they the fast forward version. This what happens when you just have sex over your problems. Now y'all just can't get along about anything. We argued about tissue. Like, why did I leave? Did I leave over tissue, or did I leave because you just control it? You don't want me to hold you accountable for anything you do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's controlling. Tamika said it. You said it too. Controlling. Sharon, does Rob have a job in Austin? If you remember, maybe a couple weeks ago, I said I saw him on IG, and it looked like it said Jiffy Lube Rob. So he had a job a couple weeks ago. So hopefully he had one there.
Change your oil.
So, you working at some automotive thing?
I ain't hating on you. Get your money. You done upgraded your life. Congratulations.
Right.
You doing better than what you was doing before. You ain't in no container no more.
That's true. I give you that. That's
got
true.
A better car and everything too.
That's true. Okay, so
he trying.
He trying, but you know,
I mean, if her mama coming to town, she can finally call him a knob from the back seat.
that's true too.
Yeah.
You're funny. All right, let's move to right. Self-sponsored document said Rob needs to grab a roll from work. Okay.
All right, if you really want to be that cheap,
Mm-hmm.
let the company order.
Manuel and Ashley. So Manuel and Ashley are out visiting a motorcycle shop. Manuel said he had a motorcycle back at home, and he used to being free with the wind in his hair and just going wherever he wanted to go. But of course, Ashley is taking him everywhere he needs to go. They're at the motorcycle shop. And was it Ashley found the one with the dual seats, or was it the owner showed the double seats? Because I'm like, why show her that? Because she wants him connected at the hip at all times.
I think it was
the owner.
Because he said, "Oh, I have one for you," and had her come over.
Well, she was like, "Yeah, get on." You saw how Manuel looked at her. He looked at her too. She's like, what do I want this for? We're not doing this. And she's like, why not? Why not? So they get to arguing in the store. I'm like, can we have one scene where they are not arguing about something in Spanish? You know? So in confessional, Manuel said, he plans on getting a motorcycle with one without Ashley, and he plans on visiting his family up in New York by himself. I said, so that you can get your plan together as to what it is you're gonna do, how they're gonna help yourself get the green card. And so Ashley's still pushing the narrative of, how come your family don't know me? Girl, you should have figured it out over your 10 years, right? You should have figured that out. And so she feels that if Manuel goes to New York, how come she can't meet them and everything? But Manuel said that, if they do meet her, he doesn't know if they'll get along. I'm like, well, why is that? Is it because of what she does for a living? Or is it because that whatever you hide and we all think is another family? Maybe the family in New York is your in-laws. What y'all think?
It could be. But then also, like he said, you're a witch. My family ain't going to go for that.
That too. But there's more to the story than that.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely more to it.
It's a lot of variables. Yeah. It could be she black.
I was thinking that too, but in South America, there's all kind of colors.
I don't think that's what it is. I was just saying it's just so much it could be. I mean, I honestly feel like I don't understand what she complaining about. First of all, you talking about you ain't introduced me to his family. He ain't seen them people in 15, 20, 10 years. Who is he introduced? He gonna have to learn who they are again. He don't know them people like that. He just know their family.
We don't know that to be true. We don't know that, but his people in New York may have been here for a while, so maybe they can travel back and forth. We don't know that about that. We know that his family in Ecuador hadn't seen nobody because he's the only one that came over, but we don't know about the people that's already here in the States.
Well, Ashley is slow. If you mess with a Hispanic and then was shocked that Hispanics had other Hispanics in New York.
You know what? Let me read this comment before you have to mute your mic. I haven't say that in a while. Says, I am confused. He wants to buy a motorcycle and send his money to his kids and probably his number one wife. No, he wants Ashley to buy a motorcycle and keep sending money to his kids. He don't care how they get it.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to get it.
Why do you want a motorcycle first and not a car, fool?
Because Ashley can't come. Come on now, you know.
Oh, I mean, but I feel like she insecure though. That's her insecurity. It ain't got nothing to do with his family. She just, when you used to taking somebody around, and now they ain't got to depend on you no more.
I think that's part of it.
It's weird.
That's part of it too. But I also think again, Ashley's so connected to the hip, like she don't trust him already. She already don't trust him. So for him to get a motorcycle, can you imagine his phone She probably got the location on the phone now. So, but anyways, let's move on with the later in the afternoon or the next day when they go to the shop of the spiritual bath or whatever you want to call it. Because she said Manuel's throat is blocked for him learning English. I said, what? His throat is blocked? What you mean his throat is blocked? So whatever herbs and spiritual baths, for the things that she practices and stuff like that, is going to help him. Manuel's like, I don't want to do that. She's like, well, why not? He said, because I'm Catholic. I'm like, Ashley, hello. Everybody don't follow what you follow. Okay. And he's been telling you this from the beginning. Now he did say in confessional, he don't think that what she's doing is bad. Well, she's doing bad things with her craft, but he doesn't believe in that. That's her. But eventually, the lady behind the counter, I think she talked him into it, but somehow he talked himself out of it. I didn't really get the correlation how they did that, but they did end up taking a bag home. And later in the evening, they was outside with the raccoons. Now, when they was outside with the raccoons, I'm like, once again, don't act like y'all don't have raccoons and stuff in the trees. Raccoons. Oh, he's like, oh, maybe it's a sign. I'm like, they just out there anyway. What you mean? What y'all think about that? With Ashley thinking his throat is blocked from learning English.
His throat ain't blocked. He just don't want to learn it.
Exactly.
He's uninterested.
Exactly.
And she don't see that.
Yes, she does. But she's so
fake naive.
Right. Fake naive and just like, please for me, kind of like, what harm is it going to do? That kind of thing. Now, here's the thing. Later, again, when we see Manuel again, that whatever English class he went to, first of all, I thought the instructor was rude.
Fired. Okay.
That was an advanced English class, right? Not like, so what are you going to order from a restaurant? Can you say, chicken and rice? He's like pollo and arroz or whatever. And I'm like, he need to be in, like you said last week, Devontae, the Sesame Street class, the pre-K.
Yeah, then he need to be watching Sesame Street.
Yeah.
He need to be like apple. Yeah. We gonna learn all the fruits this week. Then we gonna make our way down to the vegetables.
The animals. And, yes.
And the colors shapes. Not what you gonna order at the restaurant. He didn't know.
But my thing was, why was you talking to him in English, knowing he don't know English? And then he was like, he's like, porque I don't know what you're talking. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. Then he was like, then you gonna start speaking in Spanish? Like, what are you doing, sir? Like, let me know. And then he said, let me know if you can't keep up. No, you don't teach right.
Right.
Clearly, he can't keep up. Right. I was like, that's hi, Pat. Is she $100,000 in debt? Yes, but she hasn't told him yet. Though we haven't gotten to that yet. That's only on the preview. So she's in debt. But I was just like, no, he in the wrong class. Dude was rude. And if I was Manuel, I'm gonna like, Ashley, come get me. She's probably on the outside anyway. So
right.
Okay. So now let's move to Nicole and Mahmoud. So it's the next morning, and breakfast is donuts for Mahmoud. And then Nicole told us on the slide that even though Mahmoud was tired, they didn't go to bed right away. And he didn't nap those boxers. I'm like, well, good for you. Okay, nice, whatever. So Mahmoud said these donuts is too sweet. Where's the falafel? Where's the cheese? Where's the eggs? And I said to myself, does she look like she cook?
She don't.
Even if she did, I don't think that she would cook that. Manuel needs alphabet cards. Yes, Phil Foster Dog Mom. So, anyways, later Nicole takes Mahmoud out to the Santa Monica Pier. And let me say, I have been there a few times. Like I mentioned to y'all last week, I have some doctors in California, and they're right around that area. So after treatment, I will go down there. It's really nice, right? So they're walking around the beach, and there's all kind of performers there. Devontae, I know you've been here. So think of kind of like a Fremont Street, but not as intense on the pier where people are performing. I don't know if you've been out there, Tamika, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what they do and whatever. So they stop at a shop, a souvenir shop, and why did Nicole pick up a t-shirt of an airbrushed bikini? Mahmoud wouldn't even let that even touch his body. He was like, no. He was almost a contortionist. It's like, oh, no, right? I said, Nicole, stop torturing that man. So she's like, oh, I should have got him to sleep, for that him sleeping. I'm like, no, he wouldn't have worn that. He wouldn't even let you even put it close to his body. What was she gonna say?
Right. No, she's clueless. She's clueless too.
I don't think so. I think she is the opposite Ashley. She knows what you say, Devontae fake naive for Ashley. She's like fake naive. She knows because she knows the customs in Egypt, because remember before he came, Nicole was like, oh, he's in America now. He's, on my home turf, so he's going to do what I want to do. So she knows. She's just like testing him, in my opinion. So, but anyway.
She's assuming that he's going to, conform to the American traditions, and he's not.
Right.
Even though
he's been gone left. 2 days, and he already homesick.
Right, and you left.
Right.
Egypt because you didn't want to conform. So why would you expect that? Doesn't make any sense.
Phil Foster Dog Mom says Nicole is trying to kill him or give him diabetes. Pizza the first night and a plate of donuts the next day. Likely Mahmoud won't last there long. He's going back home. She's just trying to get him to eat some American food.
He just wants some American food. You ain't gonna get diabetes that fast.
But I understand what you're saying. Like I said, I don't think she know how to cook. And to me, I think she should have at least. There's many multicultural, restaurants in California, and I'm sure other places too, but they're in California, where she could at least ordered him some food for the, saying, traditional dinner. And then maybe the next day, maybe take him to a breakfast spot or something. But Nicole clearly thinking like that.
I don't like his attitude, though.
I don't either.
Bad attitude.
Yeah, I don't either.
You ain't even trying to want. I understand you homesick, but bro, she did the same thing for you. Get over it.
Right. Now, as they're walking down the pier, there's people taking pictures, and there's a lady in a full hijab. And whatever the traditional clothing is, but a full hijab. Yeah. She said that he stopped to stare at her. Now, I thought they were still walking. Did y'all notice him stop to stare, or was he just looking? Because maybe
he was 3 times. I didn't see. I was kept trying to eyeball to stop. I was like, okay, they walking, they look. He look. Walking, they look. I was like, I don't see it stop. Unless they edited it.
Maybe. Because I'm like, well, to me, I'm like, maybe he's looking like he didn't think that he would see too many people in that type of dress. That's what I got from it. But Nicole got mad. She's like, oh, so you want a traditional, what she say, Muslim woman or Egypt woman from Egypt?
Muslim woman.
He want a traditional Muslim woman, yes.
Yeah, he does.
Right. If you want that, I could pack your bags right now and send you back home to Egypt. I said, what? Because he started to somebody who was familiar, but there's people that look like the women back at home. So then Mahmoud, it's like, I don't have to deal with this, and walks away. And now Nicole's
she was out of pocket for that.
Yeah. And Nicole's like, well, where'd you go? What you mean, where'd he go? What you mean?
This is my second day here. You already talking about you can pack and I'll send you home. Oh, no. I'm get out of here for this. You ain't about to.
I'm not being Jasmine. With a good time. I'm leaving.
I already don't want to be here for real. I go home and eat my mama's whatever he said that food was.
Cheese and eggs.
Right.
Phil Foster Dog Mom says Nicole strikes me as a person who drinks coffee and smokes. She doesn't eat. Maybe that's why she's so irritated. She's hungry.
She wants some love. She wants some love. He ain't gonna give it to her though. She in a loveless marriage. She in a loveless marriage.
He rotated her tires that night when he got there.
That's what she is.
You ain't gotta love nobody do that.
That's true. You're right about that. But it's just to me, it's just like you're walking along the pier. He can't look around. Everyone, well, maybe he looks a little harder or whatever. She's already clearly insecure. And I'm just like, that made you say that? Off top, that's toxic. So just with that scene right there, from the things that we've heard, Tamika, you and I, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe, maybe somewhere around this. Maybe this
I
where it
wonder if he's still in.
I don't know. I don't know.
He definitely does. Somebody should definitely tell him, sir, you are in LA. You will get robbed. Do not be just walking off. Because you don't know if you got on the right colors in the right neighborhood, you don't know the politics, sir. And you a little dude, it's gonna be a wrap for you. It's just like, I understand you upset, but you should have went at the edge of the pier and stood there. This is not
right. I don't
this is
know.
not Kansas, baby.
Right. Speaking of Kansas, let's roll on to Kobe and Emily. So they finally made to Kobe's village, and a lot of his family members were there to greet him. He said he has 10 siblings. His dad, his stepmom was out there. Dad gave a peace offering, and they were dancing with Emily. Emily was into it. Now, did y'all notice that? Because I found it interesting. I'm like, I wonder why Emily, her mom, and her dad were wearing like brown traditional gear, but yet Kobe and Coben, the little boy, his son, was wearing blue. Because when they pulled up, all of their family was wearing blue. I'm like, where's the people wearing the brown? You know what I'm saying? I thought they wanted to match. I'm like,
Yeah, they were definitely, yeah.
Now, I thought it was cute when little Coben was like, oh, they look like me. I was like, oh, he's cute.
Oh, yes, very cute.
He's a little cutie pie. So anyways, Kobe's dad thanks Emily and her family for taking care of his son and treating him like one of their own, and offered that the protection of the spirits and the ancestors and the grandfather and the peace plan. And when Kobe started crying, I was like, listen, don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, that is so sweet. Because Kobe is happy to be home, one, right? To bring his family to meet his family. Because, I mean, what are the odds of you get to go back home to Africa and have your kids come and all this other stuff, because at the time they still might be, I don't know, under civil unrest over there in Cameroon is what Kobe said. Now, here's the thing. We got all the nice things out the way.
I got some questions. I'm glad you're going to say something.
I have to. I'm tired of Emily's mom. I'm tired of her ignorance. Her ignorance is showing. She's not, she has RBF. Even the thing that she's coming out of her mouth, I'm like, Mom, it's not the point of being outnumbered and where you at.
Right.
The point of your daughter, and even Emily made a little off track comment too, when she was talking about, because the dad wanted them to get remarried in Cameroon and custom. She's like, oh, so being married with 2 kids isn't good enough? I was like, no, ma'am, it's not.
It's not. Not at all.
Look, hence the reason why you have on traditional clothing before you even got here. Okay. Go ahead with your comments before I have to mute my own mic. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. You first, Devontae. Go ahead. What's your question?
Oh, I was just trying to figure out, my bad. I was just trying to figure out, so when they said that the ancestors was going to bless them, do you think the ancestors knew he was going to bring home a white woman?
Don't make me mute your mic. I just started with that first.
That was the whole thing I was thinking. I was like, ancestors.
They didn't think he was going to bring home a Caucasian wife, but still.
From America.
The blessings. He was in China for a while being an underwear model. So.
Right.
There were other options, but apparently, I think she got married. Not married. She got pregnant during like a 2-night stand.
She did.
So he wanted to make, her wholesome, and the baby wholesome is the main reason why they got married. I'm not saying that they didn't love each other or came together, but it was like one of those instances. It was like, oh, I'm gonna be a stand-up type man. That's what happened. So,
and I would have thought that Emily would have researched his culture a little bit more, because if you did, then you would know that you have to pay. Because a woman, if you marry a woman of the, what is they, are they Congo?
Oh, they tried.
Cameroon. Yeah, they're tried. You got to pay a dowry. You have to.
Yeah.
And it's and how she said it. I don't like the fact that I got to pay. Y'all got to pay for my daughter. It's
Mhm.
not that It's not that. And she not get it. Well, it kind of is, but she not understanding the culture behind it.
Right. What I have written down here was with Emily's mom mainly, Emily too, but they're questioning the culture and
Mm-hmm.
the values of the man that her daughter married that's from Cameroon, and Kobe is still vested in his culture even though he's in Kansas,
Yeah.
and of the culture of her mixed grandchildren. Okay. So this ignorance and all this, like, ooh, we're gonna get robbed, or ooh, or what part are we on? And ooh, can we make a deal? And ooh, then maybe you shouldn't have came.
Should not have came.
Because
Yeah.
this to me is not a good look. Now I know Kobe, they're married, that he's gonna stay with his wife for as long as they hopefully forever after, right? But this is
Mm-hmm.
not this umbrella that this is falling under with the family. It's not looking good. Now, dad has said his little 2 cents, but not as much 2 cents as mom, which to me goes to like old school, rural, where they're from values is showing here in
Right.
Africa, which makes me think, well, how are you treating Kobe when the cameras aren't on at home and
Mm-hmm.
kids of yours? Because
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell me she just turned this on for, you being in Africa.
Right.
It's just the reality now of being in a country, continent of, people that's, theirs, right? Section off, travel, and all this other stuff. And it's just the fact of like, oh, so you want them to get remarried and, we have to cook food. Just they're asking you to do things. Do they really think that they want them just to find it, go to grocery stores and find everything? They're going to have all kind of help, but just saying what the tradition is in Cameroon. That's the part I think that I don't like, because her mom is definitely showing, again, in my opinion, her ignorance of what's happening. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not sitting
I
well with,
agree.
even if I wasn't Black, it's not sitting well with me at all. You know what I'm saying? To me.
Right.
So SG says, Emily's doesn't work and is selfish. Read about his culture. Right. Right. So.
Right. You ain't got nothing but the time. You a stay-at-home mom. What else you got to do?
Exactly. She could have read about that on the plane.
But she one of them people. She
Right.
one of them people that don't care about the culture. It's all about him, and that's it. She don't understand that his culture is a package deal. Like
Right.
at the end of the day, this your husband and all. Yeah, he's in America now. At the end of the day, he's from Cameroon.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up in
And
that
then
all
and
his life.
right. And his family is going to do the marriage. She don't have to do nothing but show up. Because it's
Mhm.
that then the dad said that they would plan everything and they was like, wait a minute, we ain't even gonna be here that long.
Right. Like how long? 2 weeks? Oh, do we have time? I
Right.
mean, the time that you're here, I'm sure Kobe will translate it.
First of all, what y'all came over here to do? Y'all ain't come over here to go swimming. Y'all came over here to meet the family. This
Mm-hmm.
is the family. We planning a wedding. We ain't
Right.
gonna be here that long. It don't matter
Yeah.
how long. They wasn't even together that long before they got married. What's the difference?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
Y'all let him move in y'all house like some dummies. They running game on y'all.
Phil Foster Dog Mom says the apple doesn't fall that far from the tree. Their American privilege is glaring. And then Sharon says Kobe should have been informative about his culture in 2 years. He should. I mean, I think Kobe, his culture shows like all the time. He wears a traditional dress. Even before they came on the Happily Ever After, if you ever seen him on Pillow Talk, he's always wearing, you know, his traditional shirts and things like that with
Mm-hmm. And the
stuff on.
colors.
Yeah, things like that. So I wrote down here that Kobe may need to consider moving from Kansas to somewhere that's more diverse. But I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to, because Emily is controlling. And they
Mm-hmm.
just have a good in the parents' basement. And
She gonna be like, I gotta get a job, a job. Me?
that's true. Sharon said they have responsibility as well to find out all they could. They should have, even before they came. They came. And I don't believe that Kobe didn't say anything. It's hard for me to believe that. But then again, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. But
I just
that
want to know the dynamic with her mom and dad. But like the fact that y'all let them live there, like I understand that's your daughter,
Yeah.
but you ain't about to bring no grown man from another country, two babies, live in my house, and you gonna be a stay-at-home mom, ma'am. I don't know how long you gonna have to work, but you got to work enough till you get out of here.
Right. Well, it's 3 babies now. The other little boy
Oh
is
yeah, I
Mhm.
forgot about that.
yeah. So mom is it's not looking good for mom as far as I'm
But
concerned.
imagine all the slick stuff they say at the house, because he
That's
probably
what I'm
just
saying.
all the
That's
look like they doing that now. They ain't even at their house. Psh, I could imagine the conversations. Like, no offense to you people. I mean, you. I mean, you know what I mean. You know, I like black people. Come on, you live here.
it's not even gonna be no offense because it's just Kobe. So,
Right.
anyways, I don't know what kind of diversity they have in Kansas, but I don't think it's enough. And those
Mm-mm.
kids will need some diversity outside of Kansas. Not trying to say nothing about it, but it
So
is.
was he a high paid underwear model, or he did a couple shoots?
I have no idea. I mean, I did
Because
see
where
him,
his money at?
but that was years ago. They've been
Yeah,
married.
'cause he was younger and a lot thinner.
Okay, he had the 12 pack.
Yes.
Look, I
Okay.
was
Yeah.
like,
I
he had
looked, I was like, oh.
yeah,
I remember seeing him like when he was buff. I just was just like,
it was a
you
while ago.
gave up all that for that? Well, oh, she was pregnant. I forgot. Oh,
Yeah, she
that's
got
fine.
pregnant
Yeah.
real quick, and he couldn't even come over to like a year. The little boy was over a year old before he even got his visa
Hmm.
over. So, all right, well, that's the end of the episode. Instead of talking about what's happening next week, I edited the clips of what's going on next week, and then we could do a little brief talk about it. So here we go.
Quiero demostrar a Ashley cuánto diferente es el catolicismo con la espiritualidad de ella.
Is Emmeline nagging
Yeah, she always want to take the lead.
in Cameroon? What the man stands?
My friends don't understand that I'm not living in Africa. I'm living in America where the culture is different.
Oh, hell no. He's a hot dude. She lied to me.
This is Rob.
Hi, Jamar.
There's some things we can go and talk a little.
I hope she didn't come here just to yell at me.
You seem to be a little bit tense.
Where are you?
I'm not going back. I don't leave everything to be with you and you say some no.
Tell me where you are.
I take a lift and I walk just like
You
that.
took a lift?
I was so happy that day. So mad at myself for thinking I was gonna have like a happy life. That's not gonna happen. I need a moment by myself.
Which part threw you off the most? First of all, Ashley, is she kidding? She don't know that's a Bible. You don't even have to go to church or whatever to know that's a Bible in the church.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like this, you know what? I'm gonna have to mute my mic after this. Ashley, are you slow or are you dumb?
A little bit of both.
Okay, no, for real.
No,
That's for
seriously.
real. No, for real. Because I was like, no. And then Nicole, where you at? You took a lift? I said, does he have keys to the apartment? Where's he going?
Right.
What's
Right.
What's happening? Let's see. Rob getting his feelings hurt with the friend coming to town.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
She lied to me. I said, about what? She told you her friend was coming to town.
Right.
She said he's cute, but he's not my type. You are. What's the problem?
Right. Then y'all did on an interracial site. That dude look white.
Yeah. She like dumb Americans. She don't like, nice preppy guys from UK.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she know what she like. She's 22. She's slow.
24.
Oh, she's 24. Oh,
yeah.
But she don't look like she didn't learn nothing. She's still the same mindset she was when we first got wind of her. She doing the same thing. Why you following him around? And why she can't get no? When can she work?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's the longest non-working girl I ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say, Sharon, her mom and sister aren't into what Ashley is, are they? No, they're not.
Mm-mm.
They're not. But I mean, she just, like I said, even if you've never ever stepped foot in a church in your life, I'm sure you've seen one on TV and a movie or something. And she talking about, oh my God, oh, this is all new to me. Which it might, Catholicism or being Catholic, their service might be new to you, but don't be like I'm for real. Like, we'll get to it. And then Liz's mom, y'all saw her, right? They look like Dad and her mom look like they could already be a couple. I'm just saying. They look like And then who else was on there? Gino, Jasmine, nothing new.
No.
Whole song, different week, right?
Jasmine understanding how she being how she's maybe all this is gonna be good for her in the end. It's gonna show you that you was a bad mom this whole time. While you was trying not to be a bad mom, you was being a terrible mom. Now you get it? You understand now. You don't leave your children for people who have sleeping hats.
That too. So I'm looking forward to next week to see where Mahmoud went in the lift. One. I'm looking forward to Ashley letting me know whether she's slow or dumb when she get into church.
A little bit of both.
I'm not looking forward to Big Ed, Liz, and the barbecue because I mean that relationship you could tell even if I didn't already know it wasn't going to make it. Right. Then Gino, Jasmine, like I said, different week. And then who else was on? Oh, Sophie and Rob. I'm looking forward to that because Rob looked like
that's kind of funny.
Right.
That boy was sorry. He was just looking up above him, just looking up like, oh no.
No, not oh no. He said, oh hell no. That's what he said.
I bet you ain't gonna say nothing to the dude.
No, he gonna say something to Sophie, his wife, who's been out the house for 2 months, who's not coming back. I think that's it.
And why they ain't brought up the fact that she lived with is the girl lesbian?
I don't know. We don't know yet.
Yeah, they never said.
It's just like they just skip it over the fact. Like, who is this girl you staying with? We only been down here a couple months. How you been moved in with somebody randomly? Like that's a little.
And that's her best friend. As she said.
Yeah, and I guess the reunion gonna be good because as soon as they do that one scene when the panties was on the floor and they in the bed, I take care of you better than he can.
Rob's gonna lose his mind. He gonna lose his mind. So, but anyways, that was the end of the episode. There will be no Married at First Sight this week because it's about the Where Are They Now couples, but we'll be back next week for that reunion.
The couples we don't even know where they at now. Good.
Yeah,
we needed a break. They needed a break so they could patch an episode together.
Right. We definitely did that. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. I appreciate your time. I really do. Y'all have a safe week and we'll see you next time.
Bye.